Hey there, I'm Alan Matthews from Classical Guitar Shed, and in this video we're going to be talking about the philosophy of Kaizen for classical guitar and how we can relate this Japanese philosophy. It's a Japanese word for a particular philosophy and a way of doing things. How can we bring that to our guitar player so that we can get incrementally better without stressing ourselves out or doing anything crazy? If you enjoy this video, please subscribe to this channel. There's a big button just below, and let's talk Kaizen. So first, what is Kaizen? Kaizen is the word for this particular methodology of improving whereby you make very small improvements. So instead of saying, I want to get better on guitar, I'm going to quit my job and move to a monastery and practice guitar for 8 hours a day. Well, that's a really big change. Even, okay, I'm going to practice for an hour a day no matter what. That's a huge change if you're not practicing that right now. And so what happens is our homeostasis systems, our comfort zone says, no way, Jose, you've got to stop and get back to normal. That's scary. Doing something like that, my life is going to explode. There's too many things going on. It creates more stress than good. And so what Kaizen does is it flies under the radar of that system, of that defense system that we all have. So then the key to doing this is that we make multiple and ongoing small changes that are very easy to implement and don't take very much to do. So for example, let's talk some examples. Small habits in our practice. So first one could be, I'm just going to take a couple of minutes to just take a deep breath before I actually pick up my guitar. So I'm going to sit down in my chair. Part of my guitar ritual now be, I sit down in my chair and I take a couple of deep breaths before I practice. Might close my eyes and just relax for a minute, release my muscles, take a deep breath. That's it. So that's not going to set off any sort of alerts in our minds thinking that something's going to be dangerous. That's just a simple thing we can do. But the effects of that compounded over time are massive. Because then once we actually pick up our guitar, then we're in a more relaxed state, so we feel better about it. The guitar, then we start to associate the guitar with feeling good and being relaxed, and so we look forward to it more. We're more likely to pick it up, and we don't bring as much tension and mental agitation and everything to our practice, so then we improve faster. So that small change improves things over time. Another small change could be just taking a moment to do just some light stretches before practice. Just a small thing. It could also be including a particular exercise. If you're playing a piece and there's a trill in it, but you're not good at that trill because it's a pinky thing, then part of your using Kaizen would be, okay, maybe I'll just insert just a small little piece of practice where I just practice this. Just that. Took like 10 seconds and that's it. And I'll just do that every day. And then over the course of a month or a course of 2 months, then that little bitty thing in practice will have built our skills up beyond just that skill. We will just have more dexterity and speed in general. We can use small questions such as, what would it feel like to XYZ? What would it feel like for this to be easy? What would this feel like to if I could play effortlessly and fluidly? So asking these questions over and over, a little bit just once a day, then all of a sudden we start working on those. Also, we can do it more pragmatically. What small changes could I make to my practice to make it even more enjoyable? This is a great question. And then we just turn on that in the back of our minds. What would make practice, guitar time, even more enjoyable? What small changes could I make in my environment, in my practice space, so that I could enjoy my practice more? Could I close the door so that it was a little bit more quiet? Could I change the lighting? Could I clean it up? Could I face the corner instead of the messy room? Like all these little things, but as we start asking the questions, then we can make those small changes, and those small changes add up over time. So incremental. So the way to get started using Kaizen in your guitar practice is just to choose one little thing. It doesn't have to be a whole lot of things. It can just be one small thing, and then just make that one little change. And after a couple of weeks, when that one's settled in, then you can add another one and another one. With the generative questions, you can ask those every single day, and they won't interfere with other things because you're just asking questions. You're just putting them in the back of your mind. And then what's going to happen is, as you ask these questions, then you'll start to things will come up. You'll be in the shower or eating your sandwich, and all of a sudden you'll just have this little flash of insight. It's like, oh, that's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that? Oh, but I did. So this is Kaizen. One little thing, find one little thing to make your practice better and do it. And then in a couple weeks, do something else. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe if you would like to, and I look forward to talking to you again in the future. Bye.